Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in to Michaela DIY. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for more DIY and home improvement content. So today we are going to talk a little bit about the planning of my kitchen remodel. And even though we've already started the demo process, which if you haven't seen part 1 of my kitchen demo, I will link that down in the description for your viewing pleasure. Since this phase of the kitchen remodel primarily consists of planning and prepping, we'll be continuing the demo process in another video, but right now let's get into the vision. So naturally, I turned to Pinterest for most of my kitchen inspiration. And so this is my kitchen inspo board, and for the most part, what I'm going for is a clean and neutral style in the kitchen. I don't really have a specific style like vintage modern or farmhouse. I don't know what my style is. But for the most part, I do want the space to feel as open as possible. So I also created a mood board, or a few mood boards on the Keynote app because I've actually never used that. But I did my best to illustrate what it is that I'm going for here in the kitchen. I included the color of the cabinets, the countertops, backsplash, hardware, and the appliances. Of course, throughout the house, I have started, but not finished, painting everything white, which I plan to have here in the kitchen as well, with the exception of my daughter's room, because her space, I do want that space to reflect her personality, and white walls are not going to cut it. I am taking down the popcorn ceilings in here and getting rid of this dome light and that chandelier because I'm planning to add recessed lighting that I plan to carry out through the living room and the hallway. As for the flooring, I do plan to leave it as is just because it is like a beige tile floor that is carried out throughout the entire house. But I do feel like that's a little bit more of a project that I'm willing to take on right now since we're already here in the space living here, and I don't think that that's something that I want to tackle right now. But because there is tile everywhere, I do think that makes the spaces feel a little bit cold, so I do plan to add some area rugs to help complement and warm up all the spaces. Okay, so this is very similar to the layout of my current kitchen, and I do like the idea of color block cabinets. However, I do also like the idea of having an all-white kitchen because I do feel like that would really open up the space more. I do want butcher block countertops. However, something that I've been considering with the butcher block is getting rid of my dishwasher. Now, there's a few reasons why I'm doing that, and that's because I don't actually use my dishwasher. I'm a hand washer, and I literally just use my dishwasher as a drying rack. To me, that's a very expensive drying rack, so I'm considering replacing that with another form of storage space. And another thing is that over time, with butcher block countertops, I think that to preserve the longevity of them, the heat and the steam that comes from a dishwasher, I think that would over time make them bow. So I think I'm just gonna go with that for my needs, not necessarily for future use if I were to sell or rent this house out. As for the upper cabinets, now that I got rid of the soffit, that just opened up like a whole, I don't know, like 10 inches of space. So I decided to go with a larger cabinet just because I could go with 30-inch cabinets and leave everything where it was, but then I would have this empty space, which I feel like is not a good use of the space. So I think getting bigger cabinets and taking all the way to the ceiling is going to offer more storage, which is something that I'm trying to maximize here in the kitchen. For option number 1, my daughter did point out something where I was set on having all black hardware, but she did mention different colors. So I figured I would go ahead and at least have a few options to sort from because I am a visual person. So seeing it in place will kind of help me make a better decision. To kind of show a little bit more of what I'm talking about, I pulled up the mood boards for you guys to see better. But, okay, so for option number 1, this would consist of bronze hardware, the color block cabinets, a cherry wood stain for the countertops, white subway tile with a light gray grout. We have the bronze faucet for the sink, a stainless steel undermount sink, and then stainless steel appliances. For option number 2, that would consist of black hardware, all white cabinets, the cherry stain for the butcher block, white subway tile, a light gray grout, black faucet, a black sink or a stainless steel sink, and then stainless steel appliances. For option number 3, that would be a weathered nickel hardware, all white cabinets, cherry wood stained countertops, white subway tile, light gray grout. I could do either stainless steel faucet or a black faucet with the stainless steel undermount sink and then stainless steel appliances. Okay, so those are the 3 options that I put together in terms of the color style in this kitchen. Let me know down in the comments what you guys are thinking, because obviously I can still mix and match. This is not set in stone. But as far as the cabinet pulls, I am looking at other options in terms of the style. I'm not set on having a bar, so yeah, that could be subject to change. But yeah, I'm excited about this process, this whole planning process, the actual demo process, and just putting everything back together is what I find most enjoyable. So I really do appreciate all of your feedback and just the fact that you guys are following along with my journey. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today's video. If you enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already. And I will see you guys in the next one.